If you're into the self-help world, new age, spirituality, psychology, whatever, you've probably heard that your thoughts create your reality. But what does that actually mean? Like, really? Now, to be fair, I think there's actually many layers to this. For one thing, your thoughts have a pretty direct impact on your emotional state. If you're thinking, oh my god, I suck, I ruin everything, that's going to create a very negative emotional response in your body. If you're thinking, wow, this is so exciting, I'm so ready to see what possibilities lie ahead, that is going to create a very positive emotional response in your body. And this is the kind of thing that a lot of people will focus on when talking about this topic, that thoughts create your reality, because everyone is always interested in manifesting. How do I manifest my greatest desires? And a big part of that is your emotional state. It's the emotions that have the most power. But the point I really wanted to touch on for this video has to do with perception and how the thoughts you're giving the most attention to are coloring your perception of you, your life, and everything around you. Because this not only has to do with your future and what you're creating for your future, but it also applies to your past. You can also entirely recreate your past. What thoughts do you have about your past? What stories are you playing in your mind about the past? You can literally shift your perception, and suddenly your idea of the past is entirely different from what it was before. Maybe you have this perception that you failed at something, and you keep telling yourself, if I had just been good enough to do this thing, if I had been able to accomplish this thing, my life would have been so much better. And so then you're living with all this regret and you're feeling bad about yourself. And so then this view of your past is also affecting your present moment and your concept of what your future is. And so now you believe you're stuck. And because you believe all these negative things, you close yourself off to all these other possibilities, and you can't even perceive of any positive opportunities or experiences that may be around you. Now, you created that. Do you see how your thoughts led up to that? Now imagine you look at this thing that you weren't able to do in the past, that didn't work out for whatever reason, and you think, you know, I didn't realize it at the time, but I'm glad that thing never worked out. Because that thing never worked out, I had time to do this other thing. And while I was doing this other thing, I met one of the best friends I've ever had. And because I met this friend, I learned all about this one topic that's now my number one passion in life. And it brings me so much joy every day. And so now you have this belief that anytime something doesn't work out, it's leading you to some other beautiful experience. So now you're open to all sorts of experiences and continue to explore and experience more and more wonderful things. And again, you created that. Those are two entirely different realities that you created from the same exact experience. Something that didn't end up working out that you wanted to do. And that, my friends, is how your thoughts create your reality. And I want to add this. You don't have to stress and panic when you realize you've been having negative thoughts and telling negative stories to yourself. It's okay to have thoughts. It's not the thought itself that creates your reality, it's the belief in it. You don't have to believe every thought that comes into your head. So if you don't like a thought, just generate a new one. Challenge the thought. Your mind isn't being kind. Just say, hey, I don't actually believe this, and counter the thought. So if a thought is trying to tell you you're not worthy, counter it. You say, I don't believe that. That's not true. I am worthy simply because I exist. Do you know how small the chances of you actually existing in this exact form right here, right now, really are? Do you think you would have even came into being if you were not worthy? Change the thought. And if you can't get yourself to believe the new thought, change the topic entirely. Bring into mind the thing that brings you the most joy. Think of your happiest memory. Think of someone you love, your favorite pet, your favorite activity, your favorite TV character, whatever brings you joy, and focus on that for as long as you can, and hold that emotional state, that highest vibration you can manage, for as long as you can. So I'll leave it at that. Sometimes it just helps to hear something in a different way to make it click, or just to have another layer of understanding of it. So if I could do that for at least one person, then it's all worth it to me. Thank you for watching. I would love it if you gave this video a thumbs up, if you comment down below, subscribe to this channel. Vibe high, my friends. See you in the next video.